Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the morning. Well, that's why I'm still in bed. Me, I'm FayWhat. And welcome back to the FayWhat Show, the only show where we spill the queer tea from my bed. This program was created by Happening Out Television Network, which is part of Hotspot's Happening Out South Florida. The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and I'm broadcasting live and also available on demand. Happening Out's nonprofit mission is to support the 11 pillars of our community. We want to inform and educate on the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, HIV and healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture. Hotspots Happening Out South Florida will be producing some of the most incredible LGBTQ plus events, including Wilton Manor's Stonewall Pride Parade and Festival and Pride Fest. We represent the same model of PBS and NPR. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. It is Tuesday, June 30th, the last day of Pride Month. All right? So live it to the fullest. So we have lots of fun things to talk about. So come on, let's go.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
Now let's kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. And there's always something happening in the LGBTQ plus community because we're fabulous, all right? Well, I have a sidekick joining me in bed for our segment called Gay Boys Sleep Late. This morning, I'm joined by my gay guy pal, Jamal L. Starks. He's a model, spiritualist, wellness counselor, part of Queer Yoga Club Miami, and HIV activist with Impulse Group. He also sits on the Men of Color Advisory Board in his spare time, which is never. I think it's Sunday at 2 p.m. that he has like 5 minutes. Where he sits on the Men of Color Advisory Board for Viv Healthcare, all right? Let's not forget that he walks as Sex Siren as for the House of Gorgeous Gucci, and you can find him on Instagram at Porcelain, PORC3LAIN. Good morning, Jamal. Welcome back to my bed, boo. Mwah. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
good.
good.
It is the last day of Pride, and no one has worked more than you. Yet you still look so refreshed and like beautiful. And
you've worked more than me.
Whatever. We've gone to events where we're like passing through the nights. I'm like, hey Jay, hey Faye.
Actually, that did happen in the parking lot last week. And she sends me a message, and I'm driving in Fort Lauderdale, and I'm like, it says, and I look on my little dashboard, you keep the phone up, and it says, love you, boo, just saying that, bye. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I'll text her back when I park.
And then what happened?
And I park, and I'm walking into the building where we're having this ceremony, and I hear, Jay, Jamal.
And I'm screaming out my window like he owed me money, right? I'm like, Jay, I didn't sleep with you yesterday, right? Jay. I was like, ah! And you see him look at his phone like, were you watching me?
I looked at my phone. I was like, you must have saw me.
I did not. I just thought of you. And folks at home, if you're thinking about someone, send them a message.
Yeah.
Send him a message, okay? It takes you a second to say, just thinking about you. I don't need a text back. I don't need a phone call back. I don't need an email back. None of that, right? It's just letting somebody that they popped into your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I thought it was a effing gift that there you are. Like, I'm thinking about you, and I manifested him.
And the funny thing was, I was thinking about her because I was passing the studio. I literally, when the text came through, I was literally driving past the studio to go to where
We
we
were
both
going.
were meeting at.
Yeah, so we were
unbeknownst to each other, we were meeting at
at the same
somewhere.
place.
Yeah.
At the same place, you know, SunServe and Impulse Group
Yeah.
and you know, and
AHF.
AHF, they have started a new program that we will let you folks know more about soon.
Yes.
Free to Be,
Free
right?
to Be. Yes.
And it was just such a wonderful ceremony, and Tony was able to do a speech to let us know what Free to Be was. But
Yeah.
also, I was taken aback by your representative.
Yes.
Because they came from LA or something, right? From
Jose
Impulse.
Ramos.
Hi, Jose.
Hey, Jose Ramos is the founder of Impulse Group. We are worldwide, we are international, and he brought mostly the whole team who does the coordination for Free to Be, a free mental health service for the LGBTQ plus community that will be powered by SunServe here in Fort Lauderdale in the South Florida region, and will be platformed by Impulse Group, which I am the president of for Miami. So yeah, they came from Guadalajara. Shout out to Andres.
So
From
cool.
Houston, Dr. Justin Gomez, LA with Liliana, and so many others. The whole team came. Corey Lyons, who is my from Orlando, he was my lead. So yeah. We came to open up the new what was that, like the room there?
Yeah.
Where we will be giving free mental health service for the community, because we know how expensive that can get and how that could be.
100%. Well, and
Yeah.
how and the
And how much it
necessity.
needs.
The
how much it's
necessity.
needed.
Like, there's a fly that's like coming and just like bothering us this
And
morning,
I
and I
have
don't know why.
a
swatter?
racket at my house. Oh, I be tearing them up. It's like tennis. Everybody at the house be like, Jay, it's your time. Psh, psh. Soon as I grab it, they leave. Soon as
It's
I
like
grab
they
it,
know,
they leave.
right? Like they
Yeah.
know. It's like when you like pick up something the dogs know, right? It's the same way the flies know.
They know. I pick it up and the flies just scatter.
Ugh,
But
well,
yeah.
sorry to go off on the turn there. Sorry about that. We will definitely bring you more information on
Yeah.
Free to Be. You know, there is still a stigma around mental health and acquiring that mental health
Mhm.
help.
Yeah.
You know, I would just say for my little group of people, we all talk to somebody. We all need to talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We have learned the hard way that we can't get all the answers we need inside ourselves.
Yeah.
Carrying that around is horrendous.
It takes a community.
And sometimes it takes a
It takes-
community
and
to
a professional help sometimes. Yeah.
well, and LGBTQ plus, you know, people who know how to deal with our community.
Exactly.
That's what I'm. You know, the person
Exactly.
doesn't have to be LGBTQ, but if they know what to look for, what we need, you
Yeah,
know,
how to help you navigate.
a person that knows nothing about our community, how are they going to help us navigate through these thoughts and feelings that we're
Yeah.
feeling? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, Free to Be. Look it up. SunServe, Impulse Group, AHF. I mean, and 3 powerhouses. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. If
Powerful
you hear
powerhouses, yeah.
Impulse, you know shit's getting done, right?
Yeah.
If you hear SunServe, you know people are getting help.
Yeah.
And when you hear AHF, you know that they are at the front lines and they're not going to take no BS, you know?
Yeah.
So to see these 3 get together,
Yeah.
those are the kinds of collaborations we need. Hello.
And that was,
Hello. These are the kind of collaborations we need.
And I want to shout out Haroon as well. Haroon.
Oh,
Basi.
yes.
He was the front lead. This is one of his one of his children out of
I
his
love
brain.
that.
Yeah.
I love
this
that.
was Haroon.
He's so handsome. He's a very handsome guy, and he's on Instagram as the prep guy.
The prep guy.
If you look him up under the prep guy, he's got a million videos, and they're all fantastic. He's
Yeah.
got a ton of followers, and once you see his content, you see why. You
Yeah.
know. So I love that was his brainchild,
Yeah.
and now you were able to see it
Yeah.
come to light.
And help bring, bring this to you guys and help platform it. Yeah.
I love that. All right, well, more to come, and let's get going. Let's get going on the FayWhat Show. All right, let's Kiki on this interesting story. So, you know Hailey Kiyoko, right? Queen, icon, lesbian Jesus. Yes, that is literally what her fans call her, lesbian Jesus, okay? And honestly, she earned that title. So back in 2015, she dropped a music video called Girls Like Girls. okay? Girls like boys do. And if you're a queer woman of a certain age, that song probably changed your freaking life. It got 163 million views on YouTube, okay? 163 million. The people were hungry. So Hailey did what any self-respecting lesbian icon does. She wrote a novel. She fought Hollywood for 10 years. And she said, you know what? I'm directing this movie myself. Screw you. And this week, Girls Like Girls is in theaters nationwide. Let's watch the trailer.
Who's this?
We found her sitting all alone.
Sonya's a thing for strays.
I'm Coley. You coming or what?
Glad we didn't scare you off.
Has he always been so possessive? Like all guys. Promise you'll message me tonight? You could have just given that to me on paper. It's called romance.
Very nice to meet you, Sonia. You're welcome anytime.
So what are you doing here? Oh my God, let's go.
Where'd you get that jacket?
It's Mom's. You never mentioned her. Do you think it's easy, loving someone? You're like, really pretty. I think you're really pretty too.
Gotta get with you.
Please don't hate me.
Are you serious? You've
Okay,
been ignoring me
I don't know what
for
I want.
weeks.
I know that you like me. You kissed me. I guess I'm just like that with all my friends.
I want to see you find your person. There's so much for you to love about yourself, Coley.
I wish I could see it.
You will, I promise.
What were you guys doing in there?
Nothing. I don't want to hurt you, Coley, but what would people think? All I do is run. You could stop.
Yes, Lesbian Jesus finally gets her movie. What are we all talking about? Well, listen, we're always talking about representation.
I love it.
Do you love it?
Yes, I really do. I like when girls come out with women come out with empowering movies and that center women, that center stories. And this is also based on a novel, and it seems like she got some really good budget backing because I saw Focus Films.
Mm-hmm.
And Focus, every time I see a Focus film feature, I'm like, okay, this is good.
Oh, okay. Because they don't pick up crap.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They actually really don't. Like they play really good movies that are like, yeah, I can get with this. So I'm just so happy that women are getting representation, especially because of the L that comes first in the LGBTQ community. I'm happy. This is amazing.
You know, I always wish that anybody behind us is able to see themselves on screen, you know, and this just makes me happy that girls everywhere will be able to see themselves on screen, right? Like, you know, this is a coming of age, a new love, right? A real love, you know, and I know that this is for gay boys too. You know, we've all dated somebody that was still in the closet, right? And I was, you know, oh, you know, I just kiss all my friends like this. You know, like you're taken aback by that, but I've seen that. You know what I mean?
I kiss my friends. I'm just happy that it's not censoring boys right now. I'm happy there's something that's number one that's representing, that's not censoring men. Like sometimes we get sick of seeing gay men all the damn time. I'm a gay man. I get sick of seeing gay men all the time. I want to see some different stories, some flares. And I like this. This is different from the norm. And also it's centered because it's coming of age, it touches across so many generational brackets. So it's like
Yeah.
very intergenerational healing that's just so
Yes.
beautiful. From
Yeah.
young girls all the way to grown women
Yeah.
can identify with this timeless story,
Mm-hmm.
That feels good. That
And
looks good.
and big kudos to the director, Kyoko, for doing that. Like,
Mhm.
for her saying, okay, it took me 10 years to tell Hollywood that I wanted this to happen. And Hollywood said, shut me down at every corner. I'm gonna figure out a way for me to do it myself.
Yeah.
So like kudos for that. And like you said, representation is so important. Like we do see more boys, when it comes to certain films, even high budget films.
Yeah.
But the girl films are always a little, less, or they're kind of like B movies, so they're not like really,
Yeah.
the promotion's not
They
there,
never really get that trailer was long enough, told
Yeah.
a story within itself.
Yep.
You never really see that with lesbian films, especially. I think the last lesbian content I really consumed was Take Me Back, the L Word.
Oh my God, yeah, the L word
Yeah.
route, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Gina Gershon the other day at some TV show, and I was like, bound.
Oh.
That was like, it wasn't a gay movie, but it was a gay movie, right?
Right. It wasn't, but it was. You got the undertones.
You know what I mean? Like our community has taken back many movies and have
Yeah.
said they're ours. Oh, you thought it was shitty? No problem.
Yeah.
We'll make it a cult classic.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly,
And so
exactly.
we're here for it. Well, go watch the film, all right? Take your girlfriend, take your boyfriend, take your they, them, take everybody. Take your family, take your situationship. Take them, all right? Education is key, and right there, you're probably going to get some education too. So go see it. Girls like girls. And this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to the FayWhat Show. Next, let's kick in this interesting story. So Rosie O'Donnell, you know I love her, okay? So Rosie's looking back at a heartbreaking moment with Whitney Houston and says she saw the warning signs before much of the world did. While appearing on Watch What Happens Live, Rosie revealed she reached out to Houston's team after the singer abruptly canceled an appearance on the Rosie O'Donnell show. Rosie remembered thinking, quote, this is the beginning of the end, end quote, urging those around Whitney to get her some help. Some thanked her while others told her it was not her business. Reflecting on Houston's struggles, Rosie called the outcome a tragedy, adding, quote, we can't pretend we don't see what we see, end quote. A painful reminder that sometimes speaking up is an act of love. Watch this.
You also had a great run with Whitney Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What a tragedy.
What a tragedy. And would you say the two of you were pals?
No, I think whenever we saw each other, we got along great. And then she did that movie with Penny, and then she and I and Penny hosted SNL together.
Right.
And that was wonderful. But, I'm the kind of friend that always tells a friend when I think they're in trouble, which doesn't always make the friendships last.
And
but
you did that.
I did that, and to her people, I did, when she didn't show up for the Cinderella full hour that she had
was
produced.
a big deal. Yes.
And I remember thinking, this is like the beginning of the end, and somebody needs to help her now, right? I mean, everybody gets lost in their life, and when you're in the public eye, you get lost very nationally, and it's really difficult. But we can't pretend we don't see what we see.
And the reaction you got was?
Some of her people said, thank you, and some of them said, it's not your business, And I said, well, as someone who cares about her and who loves her and wants her legacy to remain, I just wanted to let you know that this is doing her a disservice.
Rosie's pleas fell on deaf ears. What are we all talking about?
So I'm very, this is my, when did we get back on talk about Whitney Houston's problems again? Because this isn't the first interview about Whitney. This is like the fourth interview I've seen. I've seen Jennifer Lewis with Kiki Palmer. I saw the Oprah one.
What?
I see this one
Maybe
with
she's coming back.
Rosie O'Donnell. Maybe she is.
Maybe she's coming back.
Maybe her spirit is just like, because everybody's talking about Whitney. And I'm just like, what is going on? Okay, so to the Rosie O'Donnell comment, so she said Cinderella. So this was the Roger and Hammerstein
Yes.
make of Cinderella with the brandy. Oh, I remember that
And
time.
she had them all on her show.
Yes.
When she had the Rosie O'Donnell show. You remember that? Like, right? Yeah.
That might be, some viewers might be too young for this.
That's true.
But
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
1998, 99?
Something like that.
Somewhere around the turn of the early 2000s. But yeah. So I'm wondering, how did we get back here? How did we get...
We're fighting this one fly. It's like crazy. How did we end up back here? I don't know if she's just trying to come back, Jay. You know what I mean? Like,
or are people using her to come back?
You know, with Michael Jackson being back and so big with the movie.
Oh, the movie. Yeah, Michael.
Maybe that has stirred up some stuff, and that's got people thinking of folks that were at their highest
during that time.
Right? At that high, you know, there's paintings of Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Madonna. Like, those were the people of those times. Prince that, you know, maybe that's what's bringing that up. Like, I don't know. I mean, the reality, Jay, and you can attest to this, Whitney Houston was an incredible entity.
Yeah.
Talented beyond. Like, you could put a whole room of people versus her, and she would still have more talent than this whole room of people. Yeah. She didn't have to go how she went. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
So are we still grieving as a society that we lost such a huge icon?
Yeah, that even Andy Cohen is like, you knew and you didn't say some shit. Did you say some shit? Yeah, I said some
Rosie's
shit.
Like, I said some things.
I said some things, and
but,
and they weren't gonna listen to me.
But who was gonna listen to it? Like, we aren't friends.
We're not friends.
I think people have this idea, like, even any industry actually, but especially the entertainment industry, because people see celebrities, they're like, oh, they work together, they must be friends. And it's like, no, that's a working industry. So you may work with the person for a time, you may work with an appearance, you may work with them through a 3-month movie set or a month movie set or whatever situation it is, but y'all aren't friends.
Yeah.
That doesn't make you a part of the team. That doesn't make you part of her family or her camp. That just makes you the heifer over there that was going to interview me.
Exactly. You're just part of her job. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you're not part of her personal life, of that, I mean, she would have kicked herself if she didn't say something.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I would think that she went in there knowing that they weren't going to say anything positive back.
Exactly.
But she had to, she's, in everybody's business. So she's got to let that info out. She had to say something.
Right.
Rosie O'Donnell is her and Trump go at it like beautifully, and she ended up moving out of the country because she couldn't deal with Trump's craziness. And now the reason that she is on all these shows right now is because she's going to be guest hosting Jimmy Kimmel while he's on vacation in August.
So she's coming back here to work.
So she's going to come back here to, hopefully Trump will let her out. I have a feeling he probably won't. You know what I mean? Because she's coming here to take over his show for a week while he's on vacation. Now, mind you, who's the second person that Trump hates? Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah. So... So that's why you're probably seeing Rosie so much in the news right now, because, again, she has no hair on her tongue, okay? Mm-hmm. The saying goes better in Spanish, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to open her mouth and say what she thinks no matter what, even if it's towards the president. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's how she rolls. So good to see that nothing's changed, right?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love Rosie.
And
have loved her for a long time. Yeah. She's always been one of those, like, bold, outspoken representation.
Well, I mean, we're of the age that we could remember when Rosie had that show, right? Okay, folks at home, if you think of Ellen DeGeneres, right? If it wasn't for Rosie, Ellen would never be able to have been Ellen.
Exactly. Period.
So this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to the FayWhat Show. Next, that's Kiki and this interesting story. While American companies have been sitting out Pride, one Italian brand is stitching up the internet. In the best way, baby. Property website Idealista released a touching ad featuring a grumpy Nonna who seems horrified by her gay neighbor's tiny rainbow flag. But plot twist, she doesn't take it down. She knits them a bigger one, all right? The ad also hints that Nonna may have a love story of her own, showing a nostalgic photo of her with another woman. The internet melted with viewers calling it the sweetest thing they'd ever seen. Turns out the strongest pride ally might just be an Italian grandma with knitting needles. Watch this.
Giorno.
Ridicoli. Oh, I love that. I got chills. This Italian Nonna won this pride after all. What are we all talking about? I got chills with that because, you know, people of a certain age, they just couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't. Yeah, and
They
we're
just
doing what they
couldn't.
can.
Yes, and she's
Yeah.
doing what she can for these crazy gay boys that live upstairs. You know what I mean? Like if like in a way making that flag kind of like brings her warm memories of that girl that she was with. You know what I mean?
And they
like
get to live out loud the way that she didn't. Yeah, we get to live out loud the way our ancestors didn't. I always another thing that comes up. I tell people, you know, we have ancestors, and there were queer ancestors. There were gay people. They lived out loud. They lived in color, and a lot of them couldn't live in the ways in which they wanted to. So the ways in which we live are testament or are beautiful offering to them of what life can be like.
right,
You know?
right, and we should always acknowledge our ancestors. Trust me, they're acknowledging us, right? So that moment saying, "Yes, I will continue this walk because you walked." You know,
Yeah.
like that's a powerful statement, right? I was watching Tu Wong Fu yesterday.
Hey! Oh, you went way back.
I
You took it back to the classic.
took it back to the classic, but I mean, wow, like what a movie like that just came up before its time. I mean,
Every
these were
time I watch Tu Wong Fu, and it's probably like once every couple of years,
Ugh.
I'm like dragged back into the movie and like, this is so Patrick Swayze. Rest his soul.
Rest in peace.
But
Gorgeous.
and amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And also
Noxzema, baby.
Oh my
Noxzema.
God. Like the acting and the way in which they portrayed it and the whole storyline just always lights me up because I'm like, that could still be now.
Yeah.
It's almost timeless.
I mean, again, this was in the early 90s, I
Early
want to say,
90s.
and here we are 30 years later, right? I watched this movie last night, right? And there was, yeah, of course, there was always that one gay bashing person. There's always going to be one gay bashing person in our community, right? But these three, like, macho guys, okay? This is Blade, okay?
John
like,
Leguizamo.
you know, John Leguizamo is probably the least butch, okay? But I mean, like, still, he was killing people in Carlito's way, all right?
Yes.
So let's just put it that way. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And you know, Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse and Dirty Dancing and all this, like, you know, they took these roles on. There wasn't like, oh, I'm not doing that. That's queer.
Like they really like went for it. Like all out.
All
full
out.
Like they went for
All
it.
out. And there was no like protesting. It wasn't
No.
like, you know what I mean? Like it was like, look, they're looking at my wife going, look, this was the 90s. We've
Yeah.
gone back so much. I mean, and they gave trans women a light that nobody else had given.
Yeah.
In mainstream, that shit was
Yeah.
being played in all theaters everywhere.
And people went to go see it.
Watch Tu Wong Fu, okay? Young gays, watch Tu Wong Fu. Send me a message and tell me what you think about it after, okay? That should be in the Stonewall Museum. I'm gonna talk to Robert Keston. Robert Keston, expect a phone call from me. Just
Tu Wong Fu should
Tu
have
Wong
its
Fu.
own,
read it, watch it, let me know what you think, all right? And this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to The FayWhat Show. Here at the FayWhat Show, we gotta help my gay boys. They are the blood that runs through my veins. And in our segment called Dear FayWhat, I provide my expert lesbian knowledge and my vast experience as a living, breathing gay boy in a lesbian's body to help my fellow gay boys. This week, Caught Feelings in the Rain sent us an email. Dear FayWhat and Hottie, I flew into Fort Lauderdale for Stonewall Pride from Chicago. I had my outfits planned, my pool party tickets bought, and enough tank tops bought to start my own Pride merch booth. Then the rain came, the parade was delayed, then the parade was canceled, and half the weekend was spent running from one covered patio to another. But somewhere between the downpour and my third iced coffee, I met a guy. Oh. We spent the entire weekend together. We danced when we could, laughed about the weather, shared late night pizza, and somehow managed to make memories despite everything getting washed out. Now I'm back home, and we've been texting nonstop. The problem? He lives in South Florida, and I live in Chicago. My friends say it's just a pride fling, and I'll get over it in a week. But this feels different. Am I crazy for thinking something real could come from a weekend that wasn't even supposed to happen? Sign, Caught Feelings in the Rain.
Oh,
That was a good Stonewall. If something positive comes out of it like that, like, you know what I mean? From the rain, like, it downpoured here, folks, okay?
Baby. It not only downpoured, it wind, it thundered, it lightning.
Lightning, like...
It stopped, it came back. It stopped, it came back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was rough.
That was that's romantic though, because I my own experience, I parked and I was running back and forth to CVS to get ponchos for the team.
Oh, you're so sweet to do that.
Well, I mean,
there was nowhere for people to run. Like, people were
just
just like waiting for the parade to start, and unfortunately, Mother Nature came and kaboom, laid it out on them.
Yeah, she laid it out on us thick.
Yeah.
But that's romantic that you found some love in the rain.
Right?
That's a movie.
It really is a movie. That is a rom-com. That's a gay rom-com. Right? Right?
Kissing and making out in the rain and all that shit, and then going back for pizza, because I went back with food back home. I didn't even, by the time I got my car, got food.
You were done.
Home.
You
I
were
was
done.
like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Like, the festival stayed open till 11, but a lot of us were kind of like, our feelings and emotions had been up and down like a roller coaster, that we were just like, I'm going to go home. You guys have a good time.
Yeah. I was
like,
this was nice.
So I'm glad that something positive came out of this, I mean, South Florida is known for putas. You know what puta is?
Puta.
Hoes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're known for hoes, okay? But if this person is still texting with you and they're still interested. I mean, Chicago is also a high gay area. You know what I mean? So if they're still communicating with you, this might mean something. I mean, like, crazier things have happened. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like,
leave your heart open. Yeah, leave the heart open.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not broken, but listen to the heart, but also keep your head in the game. Don't get stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, be aware. Be aware. It could have just been it could be a fling, and if it is, then so be it. But also, like, don't be that person, okay? I have friends in my life that are single, right? And they're like, I can't find a man. No one's available to me. Blah, 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 blah. And then people will hit on them, and I'll be like, what happened with him? What happened with him?
They're
like,
not interested.
They weren't hitting on. Yes, they were. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in that person, So this person is giving you the opportunity, is opening the door up. Go through the freaking door.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and if nothing happens, then it was a pride fling. You always have that to fall back on. So
what a great story too, right?
Yeah,
it's like, hey, I had a pride fling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, some people leave with chlamydia. You left with a pride fling. You should be happy. Or a tattoo. I'm just saying.
I mean, some things happen for a moment, some things happen for a week, some things happen for a lifetime,
Yeah.
You have to keep it all in context. And also, you're pretty far. Chicago and South Florida
No,
are two.
it's not.
Yeah, that's pretty far. But you never know.
Listen,
You know?
but everything happens, like kismet is real, right? And like everything happens for a reason, and things lay out, and 1+1 = 2. Like maybe you met the freaking future husband and father of your doggies under the rain in South Florida. I mean, that's also a good thing too. You know what I mean? So I think what me and Jay are saying, or just stay flexible, see where it's at, right? Don't fall in love. Don't say I love you this week because you're far away and you missed the ass. You know what I mean? Like,
Actually develop getting to know one another, develop conversation and communication skills, develop where the person is heading as far as their destination goes. See if both of your destinations meet. And then if not, if none of those things align, then it was a pride fling. If some of those things align, then maybe it's a nice little, long distance date. Or maybe this is your future boo-boo. You never know. You never know. My
Weirder
grandmother
shit has
says that.
happened.
Yeah, weirder shit has happened. I just had a client and tattooed on his arm. He was telling me a whole bunch of stories, older guy, French, and it said, always believe in magic. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. And he was like, I have to. He was like, I made it to 77 and this is how I made it. And so, yeah.
We were talking about ancestors in a prior story, right? And I really do believe, like, especially since losing my dog, right? I'm really open to like signs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, again, you start asking the universe for a wonderful man in your life, and he's brought to you under the rain. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you don't know when and where that's gonna happen because you don't get to.
A supposed failed pride.
Was not failed at all.
Not failed at all. Yeah.
If this loving couple, found each other and whatever that means, it was worth it.
We'll check back in with you next year.
We'll check back in with you, yes. And you have to invite me and Jay to the wedding if you do get married.
Yeah.
But you have to pay for us to go to Chicago if that's where you're going to have it, because you should have it here in South Florida because we already live here.
And I want to be on the beach.
And it's prettier here.
Yeah.
Than Chicago, even though Chicago's great and they have good pizza, but it's better here. All right. Keep those emails coming to FayWhat@happeningout.com. And this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to The FayWhat Show. What's up, mi gente? So, one of my favorite events to go to each year is the Flockfest Beach Party, right? I have been blessed enough to host it on occasion, but every year I bring the whole entire crew with me because it is about fun in the sun like nobody else does it. Nobody else does it like Flockfest events. That is how they go down, from their pool parties to their fur events at Hunters, to their bingo bitch at a lit bar, and everywhere in between, to their amazing Flockfest fashion show that happens at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. These events are just the most incredible events of the year. Wherever they are, you've got to make sure to get your ticket and go, right? And so the Flockfest Beach Party is happening on July 11th, and it'll be here before you know it. So I wanted to bring you folks all the information, and I brought their newest board member, who, you might recognize because he's also been on the FayWhat Show many times because we've been blessed to have him as my co-host on occasion. He is from the MDGLCC originally, also Go Digital Hero, and now board member extraordinaire for Flockfest events. Help me welcome to the FayWhat Show the one, the only, my boo, Jason Nunez.
Hello, hello.
Woo!
And the crowd goes wild.
Flockfest is that organization that helps other organizations. And that always brings me joy, right? If there's an organization that is maybe not having a good quarter, right? They're the first ones to put together some kind of event and help them out. And then you go from just Bill Schultz's Christmas events, right? To bingo at Lit. And then we have our Flockfest Beach Party, which is their gala, which is their biggest event of the year.
A gala where the dress code is Speedos and bikinis.
Where the dress code is nada. No, it's not nada. It's not nada, but it really is come as you are, whatever makes you feel comfortable in 100 degrees.
Right. Yeah. So it's so interesting because, Flockfest started back in 2015. Stephen Crawford, the founder.
Yes, hi, Stephen.
Hey, Stephen. He just wanted to go to the beach. and have fun with his friends.
Mm.
So he was like, hey, friends, bring an inflatable. Let's go chill at the beach. They just wanted to have some drinks, some food, some sand, some sun, Kiki a little bit on the beach. And never did they think that this was going to turn into the event in South Florida. Flockfest was born from Steven wanting to go to the beach with a few friends and inflatables.
And I can see that, Stephen Crawford is an incredible human, all right? Let's begin by that, right? He is the founder of Flockfest events, like Jason said, and his mind works in crazy ways, but it always is for the good of our community, It all starts with a party, right? And, it starts with a party, and he's like, okay, we're going to have a fundraiser, we're going to have a party, it's going to be for good, but we're going to make sure to have a good time while we're doing it. And I think that was, Stephen's thought process. But I can't believe that the first one was just like, 30, 40 people with some inflatable things that they probably had to inflate a mano.
In 2015.
And then it turned into this, 11 years later, where you look out into the beach, as you can see at some of the videos that we're playing for you, there is just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of big pink flamingos, right? Filled by gay boys and a few girls, of course. It is for everybody. So please understand that they are also about inclusivity. Like in this day and age where we're being targeted at every corner, if you look at their promotions, if you look at what they're trying to express to folks is come as you are. Let's have a party. It's for our community, by our community.
By our community, yeah. I mean, you put a bunch of gay boys in front of flamingos and they're really good at blowing. So those flamingos there's a sea of flamingos everywhere. But you know what? It's an event with an impact. And it's a destination event. People are literally coming in from Atlanta. I think there were several that said they came from Charlotte, North Carolina last year. Georgia came down. South Carolina showed up. Like, this is not, again, 30 people at a beach turning into a destination event.
Yes.
And to know that all of your money goes to a cause. It's for an impact.
Yeah.
Go spend a day at the beach, get a ticket, get a cabana, get with your 10 friends, and maybe you might end up with an event that goes global, like Flockfest did. Come out, get your cabana, enjoy your ticket, enjoy the camaraderie, both on the water and in the sand, and just know that the time that you're spending and the money that you're giving goes back to our community. Directly goes back to our community.
Look, and it's on Fort Lauderdale Beach. Did we forget to mention that? Like, come on, it gets no better on Fort Lauderdale Beach, okay? And your DJ? Well, Flockfest doesn't play around when it comes to DJs. They always bring you the dopest DJs ever. And it's like, wow, you hear one and you're like, oh, I got a favorite DJ. Till now, all of a sudden, here's my new favorite DJ. Jace is going to be your DJ this year. And he is just so sweet, so inviting. I know Kevin's used him for a splash pool party in the past. And he just had everybody dancing the whole entire time.
The entire time. Nobody stops.
Nobody stops, Jason mentioned the cabanas, right? You get to decorate your cabana, make it your own, right? And we are very creative in our community. So there's always a prize for best cabana, and you'd be surprised by how people get to decorate their cabanas every year. VIP is the way to go. Just my own personal opinion, right? Just because you're paying that extra, but you get to have a bathroom, you get to have a voucher towards food, you get to have all the drinks you want, you get a commemorative cup, which is super dope.
I still have mine from like 3 years ago.
Do you?
Yeah, we still use it. It's cool because when you put the liquid in there, and it turns colors. It just reminds you of those good times on the beach. I hear this year they're rolling out a new tumbler too. So.
Woohoo! Yeah, and that tumbler works for hot stuff or cold stuff because I throw my coffee in there in the morning and I go with there, right? So if you're able to get one of those collectible cups, you're gonna so love it, love it, love it. Even though I've lost mine on the beach a couple times, let me tell you, But it's gonna be an incredible time, July 11th. Get your tickets now. Go to flockfestevents.org to get your tickets. Did we forget anything?
Absolutely. No. Huge kudos to Kevin Clevenger, the executive director.
Yes.
Because when you get to this event, you're gonna look around and you're gonna be like, wow, And all of that was kind of logistically put together by Kevin.
Kevin's brainchild, right?
Yes.
It's like sometimes Kevin will be looking at you and you're like, and I'm like, are you listening to me? And he in his mind is on his next event and how he gets to make it better. You know what I mean? You just never know with Kevin, and I appreciate that.
And then
you know?
meet the rest of the board members. I'm excited to be part of this now, an actual part of the board, not just volunteering, but literally be in the mix of the logistics, planning, and everything, and know that the work that I do as a board member also has an impact. When we give out those scholarships at the end of the year, when I see all the events and the happy faces and those spaces that we create so that our community could come together and be their authentic selves and come as you are and enjoy nature, the beach, the sand. It's just great. And then it also introduces the folks from out of state as to how cool Florida is.
We're super
and
cool.
Flockfest.
We're super cool. And Flockfest is super cool. And I want to give a big shout out to everyone that puts this together, right? You know, there's a crew there at Flockfest, and they're tight and they're sweet. And, you know, Corey, Melba, Dan, who else am I missing?
Dawn.
Oh, there's a Dan and a Don.
There's a Dan and a Don.
Yeah.
There's a Dan and a Don.
There's always a Dan and a Don, you know, and everybody else that's part of the Flockfest crew. None of this would be even possible without your help and your timeless hours that you folks dedicate. Again, they have to inflate these things. I go back to that because you can tell, like, after their lips are all like, what? What's going on? Nothing. No. My lips are usually like this. Were you on Blow Patrol? Yes, you were. But it comes in handy for other stuff later on in the night.
Word.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. All right. So get your tickets today. Flockfestevents.org. So that's it. That's the FayWhat show. I hope you had fun. I had a blast. I always have a great time with Jay. We always talk so much trash. But it's important stuff.
It's good trash.
Mwah. I love you so much, baby. Sorry about that fly.
He's gone now. Or
yeah, no,
she,
of course,
or
because
they,
we're ending.
Or whatever they identify as.
It's a fly that is non-binary, so we want to make sure that they are respected and loved and seen.
They, he,
okay.
They.
Pride is over. What do you got going on this week? Anything fun?
We the People, July 3rd.
All right.
We'll be at the We the People March on July 3rd, Friday at 5 p.m. downtown
5
Fort
p.m.
Lauderdale.
Esplanade Park, downtown Fort Lauderdale. We will all be there. If you want to march and protest for equality, for better health care, I can go on and on and on. For trans rights, we will all be out there marching. Impulse Group, AHF, SunServe, everybody. If you are part of a nonprofit or know and love a nonprofit, they're going to be there. So make sure that you are there as well on July 3rd. Esplanade Park, wethepeople.org. You can look that up as well for all the information.
Yes.
Right? I will see you then. Thank you, Jay. I love you. You know, folks, I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. Sometimes it's hard for us girls, but if we believe we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We open every show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and to embrace our tremendous diversity because it really is what makes us so damn strong. Until then, make sure you follow me on all social media outlets, Facebook, IG, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube. Follow FayWhat. Until next Tuesday at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand, I am FayWhat, and I'm #thatgirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Please consider fostering or adopting a pet in need. Love you. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, #that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl, the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too?